Good morning, boys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend and I hope everybody had some rest. It was beautiful outside this weekend. I hope everyone got to go outside or either ride a bike or take a walk or maybe just even play in the backyard. Miss Evie did. I had some fresh air and I feel a lot better and I feel a lot refreshed. So, today for small group, we're going to be using the intentional teaching card LL63. Investigating animal homes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about animals and their homes. Another word for animal homes is habitat. Can you say that with me, Stevie? Habitat. Okay, habitat is a word for an animal's home. And today we're going to be like little explorers. Remember Dealey from our story, Dealey's Countdown? Right? She had a little magnifying glass and she went on a little adventure outside and she went exploring and she found different kinds of bugs and animals that live in trees. Okay, so today we're going to pretend to be little explorers and investigators. Okay, if you have a magnifying glass, I want you to go find it. If you don't worry about it. Or remember, you made one with mommy, maybe you still have that one. So if you have that one, you can use this one too. Okay, if you don't have a magnifying glass, don't worry about it because we're just going to be using our brains to think today, okay? So put your thinking caps on, put your listening ears on, and get ready to learn. Okay, in order for us to be explorers, we have to think of some questions that we have to ask when we want to find something out, right? So Miss Evie has 3 questions that I want you to follow when you go investigating for your animal habitats, okay? Remember, habitat is another word for home, but it's for animals. We don't call our homes habitats, we call them homes. Animals call their homes habitats, okay? So here are 3 questions that Miss Evie wants you to ask when you're investigating your animal habitat, okay? Miss Evie's gonna share her screen. All right. Right here are 3 questions that I want you to ask about the animal habitats. Number 1 is what type of animal lives there? Okay. Remember, number 1 is what type of animal. Question number 2 is going to be what type of habitat do they live in? Do they live in a beehive, a den, a nest, a plant, a web, etc.? Okay. And number 3 is what materials did they use to create their habitat? So you're going to ask, what did they use? Did they use sticks? Did they use leaves, dirt? We're going to ask those 3 questions, okay? What type of animal it is? What type of habitat do they live in? And what materials did they use to create it? Okay, now I'm going to share another screen with you because I want you to see some animals that have habitats in trees. Okay, ready? So here is Miss Evie's pictures. And these pictures show all different types of animals that have habitats in trees. This is a spider web. Very good. Spiders make their homes in trees, and a spider's home or habitat is a web. Okay, so he uses the 2 tree branches and the other sticks to hold his web in place. Now he spins his own web, okay, and he uses silk to make that. Over here we have a tree frog, right? And tree frogs, they live somewhere where it's usually hot and humid. Humid means when it's really hot and sticky outside, and he lives in the rainforest. And in the rainforest, it always rains, okay? So his environment or his habitat is always wet. This slimy brown thing that you see on this branch, because this is a branch, it's just covered in moss. Can you say that? Moss? All right. It's like wet grass almost, okay? Like wet grass mixed with a little bit of dirt because you see some leaves in there, right? So he's on a branch covered in moss. And remember, he lives somewhere where it's hot. And down here, I don't know if you can see very well, this is an aphid. We talked about aphids last week, remember? Aphids eat plants or leaves. So their environment or habitat is on a leaf. Now come follow me down here. And this is a, you guessed it, bird. Birds live in trees. And what do they have as their habitat? A nest. Very good. And what does their nest look like it's made out of? Branches and twigs, right? See, these right here are two pictures of nest. This is another nest holding some eggs, and you can tell here that they're using sticks and branches and maybe some grass, like dried up grass, because Miss Evie sees a birdie every day pick up and collect things outside her window. Every day he comes and he collects things to make his nest bigger and bigger and bigger. I wish I could record him, but I can't. He's too far away. So this is another picture of a nest, right? A baby bird in the nest. He's waiting for his mama to bring food to their habitat. And let's see if I have some more animals. Oh, I do. What do you think this is a picture of? That's a beehive. And the bees put their beehive, guess what? In an apple tree, right? So we have to be careful when we go apple picking. Now, the beehive is made of honeycomb. Can you see that over here? Honeycomb. And they're little, like octagon or hexagon shapes, and they go in and they put their honey in there, and they put food in there, their pollen that they collect, and they start to construct their beehive. Okay, now down here we have squirrels, and squirrels, they do two kinds of habitats. Squirrels do habitats that are called dens. That means they go in knot holes or in holes in the tree and tree trunks, and they live in there for a little while. But I also read that squirrels in the winter, if they can't find a den, they make nests just like birds, right? See over here in this picture? They make a nest just like birds, and they cuddle around each other to keep themselves warm. Okay, they use leaves and they use sticks and dried up grass to make their nest up in the tree. You see that? See this little squirrel right here? He has leaves in his mouth. Oh, sorry, let me put that back. And he has, I also see sprigs in his mouth, like from an evergreen. So he uses leaves, sprigs, and twigs to make his nest. Now, I want you to go with mommy and think about an animal that you want to investigate that has a habitat inside of a tree or on a tree. Okay, there are a lot of different animals: bees, spiders, caterpillars, butterflies, birds, owls. I want you to go and investigate and answer the three questions that Miss Evie shared with us. Let's see if we remember those three questions. One, what type of animal lives there? What type of habitat do they live in? And three, what materials they use to create their habitat. I want you to go and record with your mommy and your daddies all your answers, write them down, and send them to Miss Evie. I hope you have fun finding all the animal habitats. Well, not all of them, sorry, one. You have to investigate one, okay? You investigate one and you send it to Miss Evie. So you pick your favorite animal. I hope you have fun exploring and investigating. I'll see you later. Bye.